Hi everyone, Joel and Andy on the Stay Hungry podcast. Today we're talking about marketing for lazy people. God, when people see this on YouTube. Andy, how you doing?
You didn't see me do that as well.
Didn't I? I was looking down. Oh, you do that all the time to me anyway.
My new car, getting on Monday, don't need to look down to see what speed I'm going. Did I tell you that?
Is it on the
on
the windscreen?
Yeah.
As opposed to my car, where you have to look to your left and in the middle.
Oh God, it's all on your.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all on the iPad thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
absolute
weird.
nonsense.
But rest assured, there's no danger of you breaking the speed limit.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, because you've noticed that I drive to the limit.
You're just very carefully. I've never known anyone accelerate to the speed limit as quickly as you, but you don't go above it.
No, especially not with passengers.
Yeah.
Because
I accidentally went a bit too fast with you in the car.
well, when it gets to triple digits, you know.
A little bit of wee came out.
You're
but that's
tanking
okay
a
in the
lot.
new car, because I paid for that like seat protection stuff. So
So yeah, if I wet myself, it's fine.
it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. The car's okay. So marketing for lazy people. If you're a lazy business owner, this isn't what you think. It isn't about how to make your marketing easier. This is how to make your marketing more effective, as so many people are lazy. People cannot be asked. If what you want them to do involves a little bit of effort, you are losing money.
Shit. I only came because I'm lazy.
Sorry, Joel. But speaking of shit, this podcast idea came to me when I was in the toilet the other day. It's not going to get any more graphic than that. But someone before me had finished the loo roll. Plenty of new loo roll on the side, right? But rather than take the old loo roll, the empty one, off the holder and put a new one on, do you know what they did?
Well, I know what they did because you took a photo of it.
I might have taken a photo of it. They just balanced the new loo roll on top of the empty loo roll holder.
I hope so. For the listeners, our office shares toilet.
Oh yeah, nothing to do with us.
With another
Well,
office.
It could have been someone.
So I hope
Could have been
it's
Emily.
no one from our business. Because if it is, I think that's sackable.
They couldn't be asked to swap the loo roll over, and that just made me think, my God, some people really are lazy. Now, you know,
What's your okay? So cards on the table. What's something you're really lazy with?
well, you know my domestic situation.
Yeah.
There are things I'm good at.
Are you the guy that puts the washing up above the dishwasher on the side rather
No,
than in the dishwasher?
because we've seen that Michael McIntyre sketch, and Emma makes me watch it quite regularly about
Okay.
putting stuff in the zone.
Yeah, yeah.
Emma doesn't like the zone. I think Michael McIntyre said you put it on the top near the dishwasher. You might as well put it in the fucking garden.
Yeah.
No, because Emma talks to me quite a lot about that, and she talks to children about it as well, because they put stuff on the zone. It's like goes in the dishwasher, doesn't go on top of the dishwasher, doesn't go near the dishwasher, goes in. But I'm not the best when it comes to sort of the washing of dishes and clothes
Yeah.
and stuff. And a lot of people here think it's terrible that I don't know how to use our washing machine,
Yeah.
and they think it's me being lazy.
So do you know, this is a weird way around that, and nothing to do with the podcast. Our new washing machine comes with an app. Now, suddenly I'm interested in using the washing machine because it plays to my geekiness. So I don't need to be anywhere near it. I can be here and I can set the washing machine. That's the only way you're ever going to get me involved in the washing.
I'm going to say lucky, wrong word now. I put my dirty laundry
In a wash basket.
in a basket, and something magical happens, and a few days later it's there clean on the bed, ready to fold and put in the drawers, which I do myself, by the way.
Yeah.
No big up for that, obviously. I'm just so I am lazy when it comes to stuff around the house. I don't see things that need doing around the house, so it winds Emma up that I could walk past
A wonky shelf.
shelf, or turn one of the lights on in the lounge, and the bulb blows, and for the next week I come in, still press the light switch, and oh shit, yeah, I need to do that, I need to sort that, and usually when she shouts at me for about the night time, I go and get a light bulb and put it in.
Yeah, but you're not doing it to fix the light bulb. You're doing it to shut Emma up. But that's not a criticism. That's I'm exactly the same.
I'm definitely lazy about stuff. I just don't see stuff like that. I will see, like Emma's like, how could you? How can you fucking see a missing apostrophe on a 500-word blog, and yet you can't see the light bulb needs fixing?
Okay, so how does that translate into what we mean about lazy consumers?
I think it's one of those things that, yes, of course you can change it. You can stop being lazy. But you also have to acknowledge the fact that a load of people are lazy, and technology has made that even more
Enhanced
prevalent.
that. Yeah.
So I have some examples for you, John,
Okay.
about why technology is largely to blame. But ultimately,
It's your fault.
it's exactly. So Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
I want to buy stuff now. I don't have to get in the cars, drive to the shops, choose, drive back. I can press a button and order something. A lot of people can't be asked to go to the cinema anymore. Now, you know me, my background, cinema advertising, love the cinema. I love going and watching films on the big screen. But a lot of people, that's a lot of effort. I've got to pay for parking. It's going to be on Prime or Sky Store in a month. I'll just wait.
Here's a tangent on that one.
Oh, go
Sorry. But you've hit a nerve with me there. And this bothers me in multiple scenarios, but I can't understand how someone can tell me it's the same experience watching it in their living room as at the cinema.
It's not. They just don't know what an experience is. It's the same film. That's it.
Yeah, and that's as far as they think about it.
Having popcorn in your lounge, watching something on a screen that is a fraction of the size of the
Yeah, it
cinema
blows
screen.
my mind. And then another one that annoys me all the time.
Get someone with big hair to sit right in front of you.
Sideshow Bob. But another one that annoys me all the time, Hannah, and I think I've mentioned it on the podcast before, is when I come home, we've got HD channels, but she's watching them on standard definition. And she can't see the difference. Don't get it.
Can you do a split screen so show her the difference? Literally, look.
I think she'd just tell me
How
to
could
stop
you not
being a
see
sad
that?
bastard. But
So Emma's mum came round for chippy tea the other night, and she's with Emma on the size of our telly. It's not stupidly massive, but it's pretty big. But we got a pretty big lounge. And my rule is, as long as your telly's smaller than your bookcase,
what size
isn't
is
chavvy.
the telly? 43 inches?
No.
Bigger?
Yeah.
55?
What size is our one
65?
here? It's probably 50, 55.
Yeah, that's the same size as mine.
Yeah,
That's perfectly acceptable.
So exactly, and my mother-in-law is on the same side as my wife. It's ridiculous. But she came round to watch the Bake Off and have chippy tea, and she's 85, so still got all the marbles. and
Your
stuff.
telly's much easier to see,
And she's
Andrew.
like, "Oh, it is good, your telly, isn't it? See, exactly. I can read the Sky Guide without squinting. It's got HD and 4K and all that, and it's lovely." Now, Emma just wishes it was a bit smaller, but that sort of detracts from it. But even our big telly, it's not the same as going to the cinema.
No.
But some people would rather save themselves a few quid and the hassle, or the effort, of getting into the car, driving to the cinema, finding somewhere to park. I'll just wait and watch it. Like the whole Scarlett Johansson thing, suing Disney.
Yeah.
It's like you're releasing a film I was in, at the box office, but at the same time you're releasing it to watch at home on the telly.
And I don't get any of the proceeds
I'm getting
from
box
that.
office percentage, so I'm getting diddled. Now, obviously, long term, she's properly diddled because she ain't going to be getting any more Disney roles. But I just don't see why some would rather. But that again comes down to personal choice. But that's definitely on my list of what is happening.
Okay.
Recording TV shows.
Yeah.
You probably had to, like me, lie on the lounge floor, program start time, end time, with a couple of minutes either side, channel, short, standard play or long play. Now, you just press a button to record a show. Even series link for you. So that's made it perfect for lazy people. You can order food online. Tell us about your car. Buying your car. How many people did you have to speak to? How many times did you have to leave voicemails and hope a salesperson gets back to you?
None.
You bought your car.
Didn't
online.
even test drive it. It just showed up.
That is how.
And it was a week later.
Yeah, so that is how easy I think things are now, which again has exacerbated the problem that I think we just almost expect it. Why should I have to get off my arse to buy this thing online now? Why you need to give me PayPal so I can just buy it now without having to go and get my wallet.
Got a brilliant example of. It's hard to say it's lazy consumerism, but it kind of is. Your bee in your bonnet at the moment is when there isn't free delivery.
Yes.
And
or they try and hide what the delivery might be until they've got your email address.
Yeah. And essentially for any e-commerce business out there, whether you like it or not, unless you're an ultra premium product, so people would be willing to pay for delivery for either it to ship faster because it's international or ship more protected or be put together when it arrives, you have to accept that you are competing with Amazon. And Amazon has Prime, and something ridiculous like 70% of households have Prime now. So
Wow.
their expectation is next day delivery for free.
Shall we talk about a business we know that sells a product and they refuse to go on Amazon, and they sell this product, let's say it's £30. Delivery costs, I think, £5 or £6.
Yeah, it was quite a high delivery price.
Yeah, and it will come in, say, 5 to 7 days. Whatever reason he's given in, it's now on Amazon. Still 30 quid, but you get it free the next day on Prime. Why the hell would I buy it through your website?
You've sabotaged your own business.
Yeah, and that is what people expect. So what we're saying, what we said, like I think about 2 hours ago when we started this podcast now, if what you want people to do involves effort, you will be losing money.
Yes. Everybody wants a frictionless transaction, and a frictionless transaction doesn't exist. So you have to try and think of what's the easiest way to make it so people can buy. So something I've noticed on quite a lot of mobile websites now is you can scan your credit card so that you don't have to sit there and type it all in. And like for whatever reason, like I've got several cards on my phone, it still doesn't figure out which one it is I want to spend with. So the scan your credit card thing's brilliant because it saves me pissing about. And sometimes, to be quite honest, I'm sat in a dark room because we sit at home with the lights down watching TV. If it can scan my credit card, it saves me having to turn the light on to look at my credit card. Stupid little thing, but chances are that will get me over the line versus me going, oh bloody, I'll have to do this tomorrow and we've got the lights on, and then forgetting.
Or things like if you're selling stuff online and it's a decent or high price point, people are almost expecting payment plans now, something like Klarna, which is why Klarna's doing so well. So if you're selling stuff that's quite high price and you're not offering a payment plan, things like that are now going to start affecting your business. People are like, oh, well, I'd rather split the payments or pay in a month's time, interest free, whatever it might be. I'm going to go and have a look elsewhere, and before you know it, they've gone and they can't even remember who you are or find you again.
Well, yeah, even PayPal are offering a payment plan now, aren't they?
And especially if you're not doing things like retargeting, you're spending time, effort and money getting people to your website, but there's a few hurdles in place that you haven't thought of, like lack of Klarna, PayPal, whatever it might be. They go off elsewhere and they never hear from you again, and you don't know who that person is. And that's why I think pretty much all of our clients we do retargeting for, aren't we? Because we know you can't just hit people once. Yeah. And that is something I just got to take to my grave. The worst number in marketing is 1. And I think I bang on that about enough. But then I talk to someone new, like the new client.
Oh, we tried that once.
And it's like, oh, never heard that before. And it's like, wow, that is still, I think, pretty much one of the soundest pieces of marketing advice that I was given 25 years ago. No online booking, right? So if the goal of your marketing is to get appointments, let's say you're
a restaurant.
Restaurant. Yeah. I was going to say hair salon, but yeah, restaurant. And you don't offer an online booking facility. People have to pick up the phone or email you to book an appointment. I guarantee you will lose money.
Yeah, and I'll give you a clear example because I've literally had a restaurant owner say to me, well, if they're not willing to pick up the phone, we don't want them in our restaurant, which is stupid anyway.
Wow, he must be really rich.
Well, yeah, it was just about the fact that they were judging people by the fact they're not willing to speak to people.
Wow.
But I'm quite willing to speak to people, and so is my wife. However, pillow talk at night time. What are we going to do this weekend? Oh, should we go out for a meal? Oh, that's a good idea. Let's get something booked now before we forget, so it's in the diary. You can't ring a restaurant at 10:30 at night. They're not there. But come morning, something will have happened, or something will be in our diaries that's come in overnight, and that opportunity's gone. So if somebody can't book their hair appointment because they've just remembered, or the restaurant, or even now, plumbers, electricians, decorators, then you are missing the opportunity. And I think you and I were banging on about this 7 or 8 years ago to one client, and they just were looking at us like we were mad. And now I bet they barely take any bookings by phone.
Yeah. Even if you're not in the appointments-based business, if the sole call to action in your marketing is to call, you better be paying for the call answering service. Because like I say, people pick up the phone. I know if it's late at night, they probably won't pick up the phone because they'll assume no one's going to be there to answer. But so we use an online diary, right?
Yeah.
So if people want to call us and they've got, it's a client, they've got access to our diary, so they can see when we're available, and they book in a mutually convenient time, and they will get called at that exact time. Okay. How many times someone's written back saying, yeah, don't need a diary to call me. I'm available all afternoon. I can guarantee what's going to happen if I try and call them that afternoon. It rings and rings and rings and goes to voicemail. No one leaves voicemails. So if you only want people to call, well, one, I'd say don't. That's mad. At least give them an email choice, a bloody WhatsApp business, Instagram direct message.
Yeah.
Give them something. If the only way of getting hold of you is by phone and you're not paying for a call answering service, yeah, again, you'll be losing money. Here's one. What about people who do want you to phone or even send you an email and you can't find those contact details on their website for love nor money? They're just maybe in one place on the contact form. They're not anywhere else. Again, people can't. Now, you listening might be thinking, well, that's ridiculous. People will just go and have a look through my website to find the phone number or email. No, they won't. No. Especially if they're on the phone. Like someone like my mum probably wouldn't even know. You have to go back to the top, hit the 3 lines, the hamburger menu, and then to go to other pages. She'll just be like,
I saw a quirky website the other day. This annoyed me.
Quirky? Do you mean shit?
No.
Oh.
Quirky as in it looked fucking cool. But what they've done, because in the industry we know those 3 lines are called a hamburger menu. Mm-hmm. And they're called a hamburger menu because there's 3 lines, the bun and the burger.
Should be like sort of 4 or 5 lines now, because no one seems to want a single burger now.
Yeah, I'm all for that. Anyway, they were quirky.
I just think it's greedy, I'm sorry.
they were quirky, so they changed the 3 lines to a picture of a hamburger. Now,
whoa!
I'm telling you right now, their website gets less clicks and less people navigating around it because of that decision.
Style over substance. Quirky.
People are too lazy to figure out what that means.
Yeah. Even, I mean, we've got lots of B2B clients, and even for them, the vast majority of traffic to their website is on a mobile. So if someone's on a page on your website and you want people to call, well, where's the phone number? It better be there. You want people to email? It better be there. Because if it's not, you're expecting them to go and hunt around for those details, and it just won't happen. So, I mean, that call answering is massive. I've got another one that's not online.
Go on.
You've got to go to the bar to order.
Oh,
you're losing money there. Oh, I've run out. I want another drink. Oh, I can't be asked to go up to the bar.
So it was the first chain bar to tackle this, whether you like them or not, was Wetherspoons.
No, I'm in there all the time. No, I'm not.
And honestly, once you've been to a bar where you can order at your table and the drinks just appear, you never want to go anywhere else.
So this is via their app?
Yeah. And obviously COVID forced quite a few places to come up with a similar solution. But I've since been to places post-lockdown that have got rid of it again.
Just order your food at the bar. So choose what I want, get up, go to the bar to order it.
But I don't understand it either way. You've made it less convenient for your customer. You need more staff because they need to manually take the orders. It doesn't necessarily go through your system. So if there is a mistake with the order, the mistake will definitely be your staff member's fault, not user error. So then you've got to incur the cost. It just blows my mind. I understand in an ultra premium scenario, if you like. Well, I don't know if you know, Andy, but recently I was drinking in the Sky Bar at the Hilton Wembley.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, I mean...
Wembley's like my most favourite part of London.
Anyway...
Apart from Harlesden.
It was 18 quid a drink in this bar.
Fucking hell.
And for 18 quid a drink, I want it to come hand-delivered. I absolutely don't want to be ordering on an app, and I get it in that scenario. If you're paying 3 quid a pint in a pub or a restaurant or wherever, you really... couldn't give a shit if someone takes your order. I
wonder if it's naivety that some business owners will think, an app's impersonal, better to have people there. But like you say, when there are people, there'll be problems. There'll be human error. It's, that should get on my... Yeah, so I put here actually ordering at the bar. Great if you've got enough staff, but if you haven't got enough staff, again, people are lazy, they don't want to wait, it's a hassle. Oh, I don't. I want an extra dish. I want an extra drink, but yeah, I can't be bothered to go
So-
up to the bar to order it. That's less money into
What
your
do you
business.
think of it? I don't know what you'll think of this one. When you go and watch sports in a stadium in America, the food and drink comes to you.
Oh, lovely.
So they have vendors going up and down the stairs.
Like they
see
used to in the cinema
hot
bars,
dog,
the
hot
ice cream
dog,
girl.
get your hot dog kind of thing. That was an American accent.
I'd say were they in France?
Jolly got a stroke. When you go to a sporting event in the UK, you have to go down the steps, go into the whatever it's called underneath the stand, and get it yourself. Surely, in this day and age, with an app, you could say, well, this is the seat I'm in and this is what I want, and it magically appears. And the consumer's happier, the stadium makes more money. It just blows my mind. How come they figured that out in America years ago?
No, gigs, everything. Absolutely. So if we
Well,
were
they've
going,
figured it out at gigs, haven't they? Because you see those people go around there with a massive rucksack on full of beer, and they have like those guns to fill your cup.
Oh, I must be going to the wrong gigs. I have to like try and choose a seat that's near enough to a bar and a toilet, obviously.
We've just
but nothing to do
we've
about
just
the toilet
booked a
situation.
gig, and you know you've hit an age when you're like, right, we'll go for a seat near the doorway bit,
Yes, absolutely. Got to be near a toilet.
high up
Who
enough that you can get the atmosphere, but low down enough that you're not in the gods.
God, I could imagine anything worse than being like on the main floor, just surrounded by people just coughing everywhere.
Yeah.
Who are you going to see?
Ed Sheeran at Wembley.
Oh, right, okay.
It's
Are you Ed Sheeran fan?
I'm not a huge Ed Sheeran fan, but it's
He's a ukulele bloke, ginger one, yeah.
yeah, roughly, yeah. I mean, like literally one of the most famous musical artists in the world. But it's nice that you're down
I
with the
keep hearing
kids.
about him.
It's a balance between I will appreciate it and probably enjoy myself, and my wife will like it. Where when I go and watch Metallica, she's not that into it. So,
Who's supporting him?
I don't know yet. It's only just been
He's the one in
Game of Thrones.
what?
Yeah, he was in Game of Thrones.
Oh, of course, with your acting mate.
Yeah.
No, what was he in? Oh, the Beatles thing. Yesterday.
Oh, was he in that? Is it?
Yeah. Where the guy comes back and he has a knock on the head or something, and when he awakes, the whole world's never heard of the Beatles. So he basically starts playing Beatles songs, passes them off as his own, and becomes like this world famous musician. And he meets an Ed Sheeran, becomes his manager or something.
Right.
Have you not seen that?
No, is that on Sky?
It's I was going to say Dev Patel. It's
Someone.
it's
Oh, this is making it great content. This.
it's
The podcast was going well until there was a long pause.
because it just makes it sound like I can't think of any other Asian actors apart from Dev Patel. Although he does seem to be everywhere. What's that thing he's in now?
Green Knight.
Yeah, you said that's good, didn't you?
Yeah, you won't like it.
Oh, okay.
It's like a long poem.
Fucking hell.
I enjoyed it.
Right, yeah. Done. Won't be there. Lots of stuff. Here's another example. In a bike shop, like my bikes. Although
bike.
push bikes, Emma's given me strict instructions that people only need one bike, which is fair enough, I suppose.
Oh, on this note, I saw a cyclocross competition.
Oh, yeah,
the other day.
cool.
I fancy that.
Yeah. Big crossover now between cyclocross and road cycling.
Yeah, because it's
Matthew Van der Poel, one of the best road. Yeah.
yeah, and mountain biking's probably a bit too far.
No, Tom Pidcock, who won gold, the mountain biker,
Yeah,
he's going to win the Tour de France
really.
very soon. Yeah, so he did the World Championships on Sunday that Julian Alaphilippe defended his title.
Yeah.
I think one of
So
only a handful of
he's the
people
guy in the Olympics that just bolted away from everyone in the mountain biking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He I think came sixth or something on Sunday. 290 fucking kilometres.
Shit, the bed.
So yeah, so there. Yeah.
Maybe I won't take up cyclocross. You've put me off.
But yeah, in this bike shop, looking at bikes, these bikes started at $4,000 a pop. Okay,
Cheap as chips.
we were there probably 20 minutes, browsing around. Maybe they didn't like the cut of my jib and thought, oh, we can't afford a bike. No one came to see me. There was one bloke at the till talking to a customer. There was one bloke talking to someone else, and that was it. No other staff in the shop. So I don't know the financial of that shop. Maybe they couldn't afford to hire another salesperson. But I also know the right salesperson came over. They probably could have told me a lot about this bike. And no doubt there were payment plans and interest-free payment plans, which are massive in cycling at the moment. And I could have bought a new bike. But I didn't. much to Emma's happiness.
Yeah, well, yeah, you probably shouldn't just go in the shop in the first place. That would be the trick. But what's the situation there? As if you're selling something that's £4,000, why aren't your staff on commission? That's insane.
I'd like to think the owner of a business like that simply doesn't know. They're not on the ground enough, so they don't know what their employees. I mean, everyone has been into a shop looking at stuff, and no one likes pushy salespeople. Okay,
yeah, courage does my head in.
But no one's come over. Or in fact, like I remember going into one tech shop. The guy behind, no one else was in the shop. The guy behind the till looked up from his phone, saw me, smiled. I smiled back, looked down, carried on playing on his phone. So I browsed for a bit. I could have gone over and asked him a few questions, but I just couldn't be asked. And he wasn't interested enough in me, so I went. And I would say the business owner doesn't know that his employee is sabotaging his business.
So I did a post about that this morning. I was talking about experiential marketing. It's not necessarily that they increase the chance of sale by being helpful. It's that they decrease the chance of sale by not being helpful. So if someone comes into your newsagents to buy a paper and you can't be bothered to look up and say hello, someone like me just walks out. Sod you, I'll give my money to someone else.
Yeah, absolutely. And the smart people and a lot of newsagents, you buy your paper. Oh, these sweets are reduced to £1, or like that. Is it Raj in all
these
the
Werther's
David
originals? Would you like?
Oh, Emma started buying them.
You've hit an age if you buy them.
I know.
Well,
my dad used to love them, but they're really nice.
We've got some Everton mints.
Better than the travel sweets that rip the skin off the top of your mouth. So I mean, the solution
is
a
pear drop.
Joel's forte is confectionery. If you haven't guessed, the solution, you've got to put yourself in Joe Public's shoes. And I think as business owners, we're so immersed in the business, we know it inside out, and so we assume sometimes that our potential customers know our business inside out. They realise what we're trying to do.
You set me up this dream scenario. So we've hit the point where
Can't talk about sweets.
Tip of the week.
Oh, okay.
Which is my new thing, if you haven't gathered. I've forced myself to put points into the podcast.
Well, we've got 3 minutes left.
3 minutes left for tip of the week. It's a quick one.
Okay.
Look at your sales process. Whatever business you are, it could be online, it could be service-based, and identify where the points of friction are, because everyone's got them. If you're a supermarket, the point of friction might be the checkout. If you're an online shop, the point of friction might be where they put their card details in. It might be that it doesn't remember the shipping address. If you're an accountant, the point of friction is probably where you're sat in the meeting and you tell them what the price is, and they go, oh shit, that's a lot more than I've ever paid an accountant before. You have to figure your way around it. Unless you identify those points of friction and make them as frictionless as possible, don't bother doing anything else. You're pushing, you're ice skating uphill or whatever. It's
like some motherfuckers.
Yeah,
I believe. Is that played?
We need to drop that into every podcast. Yeah, but
yeah, that my mum will love that.
It's that whole thing of don't expect people to part with their money if you're making it difficult for them to part with their money. Now, chances are, if you're, a service business like us, could be quite high ticket. So it's already quite hard for them to part with that money without you making it any more difficult. If it pans out, like, I don't know, in Codebreak's example, we send people a direct debit link. If it panned out that when you click that direct debit link, you have to go through 13 pages before you get to the bit where you fill it out, guess what? No one's going to bloody fill it out. So what are the things you can do in your business? And simple ones might be salespeople that are helpful. It could be contactless payment. So the frustration for a lot of people now is go somewhere and it's cash only. Well, no one carries cash anymore. Or it could be you bring the food to the consumer rather than the consumer has to come and get the food. It could be order from your table. But whatever it is, analyse that final bit. It's the close of the sale, the bit that everyone forgets. Everyone thinks about marketing and sales. No one thinks about the close. And unless the close is as frictionless as possible, you are losing sales.
I think you said there, hit the nail on the head, marketing and sales. Most people learn about sales and marketing, and that is usually the phrase sales and marketing. No. The marketing should come first. The marketing is there to help generate the sales.
Yeah.
And even if you think something is really stupid or it's the end of Western civilization because people won't leave a voicemail, for example, follow the facts. So even if you think it's sad that people only want to pay via PayPal, whatever it might be, if that's what people are doing, just bloody do it because you'll make more money.
Yeah. Can't pay by MasterCard on your website.
Well,
Ouch.
Ouch. So basically, a fresh pair of eyes in your business can be worth it. So if you want it, go to codebreak.co.uk and you can book a strategy call. And one of the first things we'll do for you, free of charge, is we will audit the sales process. It's basically like a free mystery shop, because whether we go on to work together or not, I guarantee we'll be able to give you or point out some of the hurdles that could be stopping people from giving you their money.
Bosh. Job done.